When you see retention graph like this, it doesn't mean your flashy and fancy editing wasn't good. It's a signal that the foundation of your video, the script, was bakwas. Because in the past I uploaded a video in my gaming channel with literally zero editing. I just wrote down the script, did the voiceover and put the gameplay of somebody else on it, and to my surprise, it got 37,000 views and above 2-minute average view duration. I also worked with my friend and made him get retention graph like this and this. But at the same time, it also doesn't mean writing scripts as you like will help you get high retention. In that case, everyone will be able to get millions of views and 100% retention. That's why you need to learn some patterns and system to write better scripts. And to save you time, here are 3 tricks that I learned after a year of script writing. First one, to be fair, I learned from a book, Save the Cat, whose author was a multi-millionaire film writer. In the book, he said the biggest problem of most writers is going cliche, giving the same old information as everybody else. And apparently the same issue is with most YouTubers. Many people on YouTube are exactly doing Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V, and then they see this.
Brother, what's that?
People are tired of hearing the same thing again and again. How can you call yourself a content creator if you're not creating something new? I know the fact that people are copying others and getting millions of views, and it is happening everywhere. But here is the twist. They copy, they get views. You copy, you get no views. The key difference between you and them is this. They are giving the same thing but in a new and different way. If you want people to take interest in your videos, and undoubtedly that's the key to high retention, tell them the same thing but in a different way. If everybody is telling consistency is the key, instead saying the same thing, use a story of yours on somebody else where the consistency gave you or them astronomical results, or you can use ChatGPT to build your own story. The point is the same, consistency, but unlike everyone, you add a story and give it a new delectable taste. Now people are more interested, or in other words, hooked to watch your video. After saving yourself from cliche, the next trick, which ain't explicitly a trick but a mistake that most YouTubers make. Listen to this clip.
This is a $250 million private island. Literally anything you could ever want is on this private island.
Now this.
This is $250 million island. Literally anything you could ever want is on this island.
The words, the script is the same, but you will surely prefer the first one. Not because he is a big YouTuber, but because of the best delivery of the script. You can write the perfect script in the world, but if your delivery sucks, your scripts won't make any impact. Funny people are funny not because of their witty jokes, but of their delivery of those. Now, how to make sure your delivery is good? Trust me, there are a load of things, but that would overwhelm you. Just keep this thing inside your mind. Speak out loud. Increase the volume to 5 or 6. Speaking with high volume shows authority and you seem more credible, which gonna make people deem you as a leader and listen what you say engagingly. Now, exiting from this, is time for last trick that if executes correctly can change the trajectory of your channel. In fact, most of the YouTubers are realizing its importance. Imagine you are playing hide and seek with your friends. If the person hiding jumps out and say, "Here I am," right at the start, the game is over before it even began, and it's not fun for anyone. But if they find a really good hiding spot and stay quiet, you have to search all around, checking behind doors, under beds and enclosures. As you keep looking, the excitement builds. Where could they be? The longer it takes, the more the fun and thrilling it becomes. Finally, when you find them, it's a huge exciting moment because of all the suspense and effort you put into finding them. In a YouTube video, if you reveal the best part too soon, it's like ending the game right away. But if you delay and build up to it, the moment becomes much more exciting and memorable. And the best thing is that it's a win-win situation. You get the retention and the audience get the answers in best way possible. In fact, I did the same with hide and seek analogy.
Wait, don't you need my avatar?
Let's say you have great knowledge about your niche, your voice is good and your editing style is also very impressive. Despite all this, you still struggle to keep your viewers hooked. Curious by your thumbnail, they at least click at the video. But after a few seconds, a major drop-off happens in your attention graph. This was same with my past channel. To solve this problem, I studied big creators by watching their podcasts and analyzing their videos. After days of researching, I came up with information that you might never have seen and heard on YouTube. Let's start with the pattern of the video. And this is the most important part of every big creator's videos. It's like the skeleton of the video, as the human body without a skeleton will look like a melted ice cream. The same happens with your video if you don't have a paradigm that retains the attention of people. This pattern starts with the title and thumbnail, or first hook of the pattern, in which you have to raise questions in the viewer's mind. If your TNT does not raise more than 5 questions, then it's a bad hook. Spend at least a day nailing the psychology behind your TNT. Steal the concepts of other creators in your niche or outside niche, but still like an artist. And lastly, use the story in your thumbnails. Add minor details because that represents a story. Every Mr. Beast this thumbnail contains minor details and that's why they have high CTR. Just analyze this thumbnail. The balloon right there, waterfalls and stones on the sand. These are the little details that can be neglected, but big creators know their importance and that's why they put them in their thumbnails. Now it's time for the video, and here it gets interesting. Every big creator's videos is divided into 5 or more parts and each part starts with a hook. If the video has 5 parts, then there are 6 hooks. If the video has 6 parts, then there are 7 hooks. Their videos are not linear, it's just like a zigzag pattern. You can see on your screen, the upper part shows the hooks and the lower parts show the information after hooks. Let's start with the first hook of the video or the second hook of the pattern. Here you have to give the answers to the question raised by your TNT, or you have to match the expectations of viewers to show them this is the same video that they have expected. But if the question in their mind stops, they will click off the video because there will be no excitement. Therefore, you have to raise more questions in their mind at the same time to give them reasons to watch the whole video. For this, there are multiple types of hooks, but these 3 are the most effective. Number 1, credibility hook. In credibility hook, you give the viewers social proof telling them what you have promised is already done by you. If shown by evidence, it builds a huge trust in the viewer's mind and there are fewer chances that they will click off the video. Here is an example from my channel Amplify Views. How to get 1000 subs fast.
I grew a brand new YouTube channel from 0 all the way to 1,000 subscribers in under 30 days. But the craziest part is that only 30 days later, it's at 7,000 subscribers and counting. Most YouTubers say you need to spend 1 to 2 years making videos before you see any growth.
Similarly, the second type of hook is a question hook, in which you pose a question to the viewer, but that question should be very interesting. For example, why the color of the sky is blue? Have you ever wondered why the train tracks are filled with stones? And the last hook is the relatable hook. In this hook, you show the same situation as the viewer's problem and they can relate to it. The best example is Hamza's videos. This is how you join the top 1%.
You need to make sure that you're not living like Jeffrey. Jeffrey wanders through life with no plan. It's like he's driving a car without even holding the steering wheel. Why would you not set goals and go in the direction of life that you actually want to go into, Jeffrey? It's so weird. Jeffrey will literally insult you and call you gay if he sees you setting goals. Ask yourself right now, do you want to live a life like Jeffrey? Do you want other people to set the direction of your future, or would you rather have control of that yourself?
But Hamza, you could die tomorrow. You could get hit by a bus, so you may as well not even try. Shut up, bro.
You can see that he actually showed a mirror to the viewer and boom, the connection between Hamza and the viewer increases and the video gets big watch time. No matter what type of hook you use, the best hook always ends with the viewers having multiple questions in their mind, completely emotionally invested and so curious about what will happen next. Then there is the third hook of the pattern, but even before going to that, you have to make a connection to jump on that. Now how to make a connection, we will talk about later in the video. Let's get back to the interpretation of the pattern. After making the connection, then there is the third hook, and after that there is information about your video and again connection hook information, and it repeats until the video ends. At the end of the video there is a CTA in which you tell the viewer to like and subscribe or binge watch your previous videos. This is the pattern that you will find in most of big creators' videos, but there are still some things that you need to improve, otherwise the pattern will look hollow. And among these points, the last point is the most important, that it will boost your attention by 5 times. And I am 100% sure you are not using it. Let's start with the first point, adding minor details. You know the human mind is so busy. It will leave the main part of something and focus on little tiny details like this. Adding minor details, whether in the form of information or video, helps in the engagement because it shows you know everything about this stream and viewers start trusting you. Let's clarify this concept with some examples. The first example is of Mr. Beast.
I'm starting to realize we might not all fit on it. First step on my brand new island. Here's your dollar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for selling it to me.
It's yours now.
Bunch of random wooden poles.
There's more poles than square.
Similarly, this is also used by Sunny V2.
It all started on the 20th of February 2012, when some random dude from North Carolina created his first ever YouTube channel. He's 13 years, 9 months and 13 days old, and he's known in real life to those close to him as no more than Jimmy. Online, it's a different story. His newly created channel is going by the name Beast5TY, inspired directly from his Xbox Live gamertag. Armed with a $9.50 microphone and a fresh copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the 13-year-old began to work on his first few videos, which were met.
But do you think that just adding minor details while speaking like a robot will give you the trust of the audience? Obviously not. And this leads to our second point, speaking like a human. Imagine you click on a video and the person speaks like this. Hi guys, just like and subscribe. The first thing you will do is to click off the video. Same with AI voices. You will not trust them because they don't show authenticity while speaking. No matter how much value the video has, people will not watch the video. You should speak in front of a camera as you are speaking to your intimate friend. Speaking in your own way and confidently releases the oxytocin in the viewer's mind, making them trust you. Speak clearly and succinctly. Add emphasis to some of your words, and this all obviously comes with practice. The more you speak in front of a camera, the more you will get comfortable with it. Spend at least 30 minutes a day speaking in front of a camera, and sooner you will start to see desirable results. People like Mr. Who's the Boss, Mr. Beast, Sunny V2, they all speak like they are speaking to you, and this is the reason you watch them. Now, how to make connection between parts, and this is our third point, making connection. To understand this concept, watch some clips of Mr. Beast videos.
More poles than square feet on this thing.
They're actually called pylons.
Let's pile onto that boat and leave.
And as you can see, there's nothing here. So I'm gonna blow it up. But notice how all the water around you is freezing.
What?
Whoa! That took a lot of effort. And we put that much effort in to convey that the $5 million island is very cold. And we're...
This is the best island. I don't know how any island's gonna beat this.
Maybe one where I could feel my hands.
And Carl's hands are in luck because the next island is not only warm, but more expensive than all of the other islands combined.
To make the connection between the two parts, he says something about the previous part and then the next part, and then he jumps onto that part, which actually makes a paradigm to make the viewers keep flowing through the video. And this is also what I did. And as you saw in the video clip, Mr. Beast did not just tell, but also showed the connection. And this observation gives us the message: show them, don't just tell. If you want your viewers to keep engaged throughout the video, then you should show them the scenes. Show them the exact imaginary that you are speaking about. In Mr. Beast's video, you will watch him 10 to 12% of the time, and nearly 90% of the time he is showing you the scenes, and these things helps a lot in retention. So we are fine to the conclusion. The reduction behind all this point is that your video should raise more questions and spike emotion in the viewer's mind all the time to keep them watching your video, and this is how storytelling is used in YouTube.
This is the YouTube video to write scripts that will crush 99% of your competitors, because at the end of the day, the script is the foundation of your video, and if this is weak, your whole video will collapse. But if you look at YouTube videos on this topic, there is a lot of fluff about it. So I did my own research, and after watching famous script writers, top-notch film writers, and storytelling experts, coupled with hundreds of hours of analyzing scripts of top YouTubers, I found this 3-step framework that 99% of YouTubers don't know. Sorry to say, this ain't gonna be a video to write killer, banger, or viral script. Here we're gonna learn how to build connection with the viewers, how to harness storytelling in our scripts, using a pattern that retains the viewer's attention. Pre-scripting, post-scripting. Let's go. The first step of the framework is so much important that all the other information without it is useless. The first thing here in the pre-scripting section is packaging. Make sure you have already decided on your title and thumbnail, because our whole script depends on our TNT. After this, the next thing is AI tools. I use 3 tools for my scripts which are absolutely free. The first one is Copilot for data research. The second one is Grammarly to write my scripts. The last tool is Antiago.com to get word-by-word scripts of YouTube videos for analysis and for other purposes. Now the third one requires a bit of discipline to do, but is very useful. Planning. Plan out everything. How you gonna write scripts? What type of information you gonna give? What sort of emotion to elicit in the viewer? Is it happiness, sadness, motivation, and every teensy thing that is pertinent to our video? And if you do this planning thing right, everything after will be easier to execute. After you have done your planning, there is a thing that most of the YouTubers overlook, which results in generic scripts. Before writing the script of the script video, I watched multiple scripts videos that are on YouTube. I also read the comments underneath. It gave me a clue about how I'm gonna make my videos. Well, if you don't know, you have to be different and better than your competitors to get traction on YouTube. And for that, you have to study your competitors so that you don't give information that has already passed. While everyone was telling you how to write killer, viral, and banger scripts, I opted to tell you scripts that build rapport with the audience so that hopefully I stand out from everyone else. Now the last one here is proper research. A great video is based on great research. Research may last for days, weeks, and even months. But bro, I'm gonna upload a video every single day. One great video is 1000% better than 100 average videos. You choose. Now this whole pre-scripting thing has ended, but this is just the beginning, because pattern and post-scripting still remain, and both of these are equally important. But now it's time for the pattern. Using this won't only help you in reducing the time of work and effort, but also retain the viewer's attention to the maximum. First of all, this pattern starts with the hook. Now here, no matter which type of hook you use, statement hook, question hook, story hook, you must these 3 things. First, telling and showing the viewer about our grand payoff to excite them and subconsciously give them a rationale to watch the whole video until the end. The second thing is setting up credibility. In this video, to win your trust, I told you I watched film writers and script writers and analyzed videos for hours. Just tell me, if you have to buy a product, which one will you choose? Amazon or a newly opened online shop? Obviously Amazon, because you trust Jeff Bezos. That's why building up the credibility factor is very important. Now the last must-have of a hook is that it should be so much visually appealing that it just hooks the viewer by their neck. After adding these three things, it's time for the main body. Now we're gonna divide our video into several parts. The last part will be the one where our main boss, the grand payoff, will reside, and the parts before it will have smaller payoffs. For example, let's take a video. 1 year of YouTube knowledge in 5 minutes. I have 4 lessons that I will give in this video. I will take one of them that is more important and set it as the grand payoff, and remaining 3 will be our smaller payoffs. So my video after the hook has 4 parts, each having their payoff at the end. Now here make sure that the payoffs are at the end, because if you give them right away, they will skip ahead, resulting in a retention graph like this. Now you may be wondering what to put before the payoff. We will add open loops. In case you don't know what are open loops, these are like intriguing puzzles. They present a question, scenario, or unresolved situation, leaving readers curious and eager to find closure. And this closure they will get from the payoff that is at the end. When the closure happens, we will start another open loop to make them curious again, and do this until the end. And your audience will like, oh, I watched the whole video. Now open loops can be in the form of stories, metaphors, or you just rambling about the importance of the payoff that is at the end. This is the pattern that top YouTubers use to harness storytelling in their videos. But things don't end here, because big YouTubers know that their top-notch scripts still have to go from a phase called post-scripting. The first thing we're gonna do in the post-scripting phase is to cut out useless lines in our scripts. And after that, we're gonna arrange the script according to our pattern to make sure everything is alright. Now the next thing, which is pretty obvious, is to record the video. But here people make a big mistake. They don't execute the script better. I mean, they don't speak with high energy. If you are speaking through a script, then try to speak with enthusiasm using your hand gestures so that you add life to your videos. After that, before going to editing, first of all, make a plan for how you're gonna edit the video. Write down everything that you are gonna edit at 1 minute, 2 minutes, and so on. This thing will reduce the creative pain while editing, making it easier to edit videos. Now finally, the last thing to consider is cutting useless line in the editing process. Be ruthless with it and don't become an emotional fool. Your one single mistake can destroy your whole viewer attention. Have you ever wondered, despite all the efforts and hundreds of hours you put into your video, you still don't get views, and a few views you get have very low retention? Watching this, the algorithm stops recommending your video and all your efforts go wasted. The main question is, why is this happening? This is only because the way you write the script is wrong. To get that high 70% retention and make people addicted to your video, you have to write retention scripts. Today I will show you the exact framework to write such type of script that will not only boost retention in your videos, but will also help you get more views. But before even writing the script, there are 3 common mistakes that every failed YouTuber do that f up their script. First is having a bad video idea. Your video idea should be interesting to you as well as your audience, and it should also evoke an emotional response in the viewer's mind. Otherwise, the idea is not good enough and you should think of another idea that follows all the above points. The second mistake is bad titles and thumbnails. Your titles and thumbnails should raise more questions in the viewer's mind. More questions in the viewer's mind raise more curiosity, which leads to high chances of clicking at the video. If your titles and thumbnails don't raise more questions, then you should change them. Why write the script and make the video if people don't click? And the final mistake is bad research. Most creators find trouble in writing longer and more valuable script. The only reason for that is bad research. Spend at least 1 to 2 days searching so that you have more information to write your script. After this, you are all ready. A retention script consists of 3 parts. First part is hook. The second part is the body, which decides the main intention of the video. And the last part is outro, which can help you get more views. How? We will talk about it later. First of all, let's understand the hook part. There are 3 types of hook that are mostly used. Number 1 is credibility hook. In this type of hook, you actually give social proof to the viewers, telling them you have already done it and they can trust you. If given with evidence, it builds a huge trust in the audience and there are fewer chances that they will click off the video. This type of hook is used by information based channels. Here is an example from my channel Amplify Views. How to get 1000 subs fast.
I grew a brand new YouTube channel from 0 all the way to 1,000 subscribers in under 30 days. But the craziest part is that only 30 days later, it's at 7,000 subscribers and counting. Most YouTubers say you need to spend 1 to 2 years making videos before you see any growth. And this may have been the case in 2018 when they first started, but in 2024, there is a new type of channel like this, and this, getting hundreds of thousands of subscribers in just a few months. And they all follow a step-by-step strategy that I'm about to share with you completely for free.
You have seen that he shows credibility to hook and build trust in the viewer's mind, and that works. After this, the second type of hook is question hook. In this type of hook, you pose a question to the viewer to which they can relate. This is the hook that I used in my intro. Have you ever wondered, despite all the efforts and hundreds of hours you put into your video, you still don't don't get views, and a few views you get have very low retention. Watching this, the algorithm stops recommending your video and all your efforts go wasted. The main question is why is this happening? And the last and my favorite hook is situation hook. In this hook, you don't tell but show the situation of the viewer they are in and can relate to. This type of hook is used by a self-improvement channel named Hamza Ahmed. Look at his video. Instantly improve your looks. Let's watch it.
Jeffrey looks back at his pudgy, unshaven, feminine face in his greasy mirror. Is that really me? He's barely able to believe how he looks. If only Jeffrey followed the advice in this video, he would be able to instantly improve his attractiveness. But instead of paying attention to this video, Jeffrey goes straight to the comments and he looks at the suggested videos. Jeffrey, focus. You need this.
In the intro, he shows the same situation as the viewer's problem, and that instantly builds a connection between Hamza and the viewer, allowing them to trust him and watch the video until the very end. Now finally the hook part is completed, but remember that no matter what type of hook you use, always keep in mind that your hook should always matches the expectations of viewers set by your titles and thumbnails, so that they get immediate satisfaction. And it should also exceed expectations, telling them they are getting even more than they have thought, giving them another dopamine hit. And lastly, you should create another loop in the viewer's mind so that they will watch until the end. Now it's time for the second part of the script, body of the video, in which you have to keep the viewers engaged. How? Most will say editing, but the true answer is by using storytelling. You might have heard YouTube gurus telling you to use storytelling, but you don't know what is storytelling and how to use it into your videos. There are 5 pillars of storytelling. The first one is backstory, in which you tell the origin of a story, and the second pillar is detailing. Here you add a little detail to your story to engage the viewer. The third pillar is the climax. This is the part where something challenging happens. And the second last pillar is plot twist, which is very necessary because if you pass challenges easily, then the story will feel boring. And the last pillar is the lesson. The main aim of using storytelling in the video is to spike different emotions in the viewer's mind and trap them in a loop, and before they even realize it, the video ends. This is used in every movie, commercial ad, and even in Mr. Beast videos. Another way is to divide the body of the video into different parts and start each part using a hook. Mr. Beast's $1 vs. $1 million series is the best example of it, in which the body of a video is divided into 5 to 7 parts and each part starts with a hook. Finally, you have reached the point where you can write high tension scripts. But as I promised you to give you a trick to get more views in your video, here is the one. Use CTA in your outro to direct the viewers to watch one of the previous videos indirectly. It's been a year since I started writing scripts for YouTube videos. Now looking back at time, I literally laugh how dumb I was. And this 1 year on YouTube writing 90 plus scripts has taught me several things about YouTube and script writing that it might take you months to learn. And I promise by the end of this session, you will learn stuff about script writing that you don't know, and some among those may be the ones that might prove game changer for your video views. Okay, the first one here is the one that I literally want every YouTuber to ingrain inside their noggins. Look, there are literally dozens of ways to grow on YouTube. You don't need a special strategy or a tactic that will explode your channel the very minute you start applying it. The rationale behind this is audience behavior. Your channel will start getting traction once you start to get to know about your audience. Many people write the scripts which they proudly called algorithm optimized, but in reality it's just bullshit. Brother, we ain't dealing with machines, we are dealing with humans. And if you think that writing a special type of script that is loved by algorithm will get you views, then you are mistaken. Because at the end of the day, it's just building a rapport with the people who are watching you, and that's it. Human watch videos, not algorithm. So always keep in your mind that the words, the sentences, and even your way of speaking through scripts should be human optimized. That builds a connection with the viewers. And trust me, whatever you put in your intro, outro, or any specific minute doesn't matter as long as it depends on human psychology. Writing your scripts while keeping in mind that you are writing for humans is a mindset thing. And that is no doubt very important thing to remember. But the third piece here is the one that will give you the answers of your 2 burning questions. Why people watch big YouTubers videos till the end, and why people always leave your video after 1 or 2 minutes. But before that, we first need to understand the second piece of the puzzle, because it also has a major role in every high views video. Look, in this world people are reason driven. They do things for specific reasons. If they can't find any rationale to do a thing, they will leave it immediately. Your parents looked after you when you were a child was because of the reason that you are their child. You are watching this video is only because of some reasons like you suck at scripts, you want to save a year of your time, you want to get better at writing scripts. When the reasons of doing a thing vanquish, you instantly stop doing that thing. It's not because we are selfish, it's because we are built like this. The same thing applies in your videos. If you don't give a solid why to the viewers in the intro, then no matter how much engaging your video is,
you will lose almost all the people leaving you with 1 minute and 13-second average view duration. Here you also need to remember that you don't have to explicitly tell them to watch the video till the end like most of the YouTubers do. Please watch the video till the end because you are going to enjoy a lot, and if you miss any second then the tutorial won't work for you.
Oh, where is my house?
People are smart. They know that you are saying lame. Give them solid reasons implicitly. Like take an example from Mr. Beast video, $1 versus $1 billion yard. In this video, the reason to watch the video till the end was the $1 billion yard. He didn't tell you, please watch the video till the end. People know that there is a promise at the end, and that's why they have to watch the whole video. In this video, I promised you that by the end of this session, you will learn things about script writing you don't know. And literally the same thing you will see in every high-tracked video. Now, there might be a question arising in your mind, but how can I apply this in my channel? Look, earlier I used the word promise. No matter in which niche you are, you have to give your viewers an empowering promise in the intro that they will get something valuable at the end. In educational niche, the promise is mainly in the form of words as I used earlier. In entertainment niche, the promise is in the form of something like in this video, it's $1 billion yard. In this video, people are curious to know what happened to Mr. Beast after spending 7 days in the grave. But you also have to remember that the promise, no matter what it is, should be so valuable that it piques astounding interest in the viewers. Anyways, the third and the final piece of the puzzle, which is the reason why people watch big YouTubers videos till the end and why people always leave your video after every 1 or 2 minutes. Imagine you are building a house of cards. If you add too many layers too quickly, the whole thing collapses. But if you start simple with a simple foundation and build slowly, each layer adds strength. In the same way, a video with too much complexity can overwhelm viewers. By keeping it simple and structured, you make it easier for them to follow and stay engaged. This is a lesson that I learned the hard way. I was thinking of giving everything in the video, which in turn just overwhelmed me as well as the viewer, with the result being zero advantage to both parties. Then I get to know that it's necessary that you add things that are so simple that they get digested by the viewers easily, because our goal is to give value to the viewers.